All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. What's up, everybody? All my people in Manhattan, the Bronx, Queens, especially for this video. Shout out to my people on Shaolin Island and my home borough, Brooklyn. Back out with another video. And today marks the 30th anniversary of the release of Wu-Tang Clan's Raekwon the Chef's debut album, solo debut album, Only Built for Cuban Linx. Definitely one of the greatest hip-hop albums of all time that helped popularize, for a short time period, the mafioso rap subgenre of hip-hop. It's just for a short time period. This is probably the best Wu-Tang Clan member solo project, and that's saying a lot, 'cause there are a lot of great solo projects from the Wu-Tang Clan members, but this one's at least my favorite. At least, Raekwon showed his full lyrical ability, his great lyricism was on full display right here. And he was able to take that lifestyle that we saw in gangster movies like Scarface, Goodfellas, King of New York, and Carlito's Way, and put it on wax, put it on record. Of course, he wasn't the first guy to do mafioso rap, but I think he perfected it. And like I said, for a short time period, popularized it in the New York hip-hop scene in the 90s. Okay, Only Built for Cuban Linx are known to us hip-hop heads as the Purple Tape. The first single release was Heaven and Hell. The second single from this was Criminology, featuring his partner in rhyme, Ghostface Killer. Of course, at the beginning of the song, you hear sample dialogue from the movie Scarface. Scarface, for all you hardcore hip-hop heads, we already know. For all you don't know, Scarface, starring Al Pacino, is probably the most beloved movie in the history of hip-hop. And Scarface wasn't received well initially when it was released. But over time, it became what was known as a cult classic, and I think hip-hop's had a lot to do with that. Of course, we all know the rapper Brad Jordan of the Ghetto Boys. His rap name is Scarface. He got it from the movie. And people like Raekwon, Ghostface Killer, Nas, Jay-Z, Biggie, Tupac, all types of rappers in the 90s and the subsequent eras would reference the movie Scarface, quote lines, simple dialogue from the movie, and all of that. The rapper Future had a song called Tony Montana. The movie, it's the most beloved movie in hip hop history. This was a great example of hip hop showing love for the movie. The song right here, Criminology. And then came the day for the album to be released. It was released to critical acclaim, became an instant classic in hip hop. Songs like Knuckleheads featuring Ghostface Killer and You God. Of course, we mentioned Criminology. Verbal Intercourse featuring Nas. Nas became the first non-Wu-Tang affiliated rapper to be featured on a Wu-Tang project. Of course, this is where Nas developed his Nas Escobar alter ego, which we saw later on his It Was Written album, which was released the following year, 96. Glaciers of Ice, of course, track 9 was a skit, Shark Niggas, Biters, where Raekwon and Ghostface were dissing Biggie for biting off Nas shit. For all you don't know what to refer to, Nas released his legendary debut album, Illmatic. On the cover of it was a picture of a young Nas. And then in months following, Biggie released his legendary debut album, Ready to Die. On the picture of it was a baby with an afro. Of course, the baby wasn't actually Biggie, but Raekwon and Ghost took that as Biggie was by Nas style because they were real tight with Nas. Nas later addresses on the song Last Real Nigga Alive from his Godson's album, so go listen to that if you want more. The follow-up single to the release of the album was Ice Cream, featuring Ghostface Killer, Method Man, and Capadonna. Now watch these rap niggas get all up in your guts. French vanilla, butter, pecan, chocolate deluxe. Even caramel sundaes was getting touched and scooped in my ice cream truck. Wu-Tang Get Up. Probably my favorite song from this album. This album has a lot of great songs. Only Built for Cuban Linx has received acclaim from music critics and writers over the years, with Manning lauding as one of the greatest hip-hop albums of all time. Absolutely, I totally agree with that. It is. It is one of the greatest debut hip-hop albums of all time, and like I said, it's arguably the best Wu-Tang solo project. You got GZA's Liquid Swords, Method Man's Tikal, Ghostface Killer's Iron Man. You got ODB's Return to the 36 Chambers. Rest in peace, ODB. But I think Raekwon's Only Built for Cuban Linx would be probably my number one, just for me. The album is widely regarded as a pioneer of the mafioso rap subgenre, considered to have been highly influential in hip-hop music over the next decade. Again, this didn't pioneer the mafioso rap subgenre. Cool G Rap did that in the late 80s, but Raekwon, I think, perfected it. And, of course, the great production from RZA. And, features from, Ghostface and Math and Capadonna and Nas, the rest of the fellow Wu-Tang members, well, except for Nas. Another exemplification of Cuban Link's popularity, his impact, was the spike in popularity of Cristal. Yeah, Cristal became referenced in all throughout hip hop throughout the late '90s. Well, until it wasn't. Gambinos, the purple tape popularized street-related mafioso rap on East Coast hip hop. While this style was originated by Cool G Rap, see, told you. Of course, Raekwon, of course, had a song called Wu Gambinos on this album. Like I said, Cool G Rap pioneered it, but I think Raekwon perfected it. Like I said, you had Jay-Z's Reasonable Doubt, Nas' It Was Written, Biggie's Life After Death, a lot of other rappers released mafioso rap. But mafioso rap kind of fell off. He kind of fell off after a while. I mean, then you get the rise of DMX and his kind of, rest in peace, DMX, his very unique style that kind of dominated the New York scene in the late '90s, early 2000s. But Cool G Rap, it didn't last long in mafioso rap. Mafioso rap didn't last long popularity, but it was good while it was fun while it lasted. Cause all those albums are legendary classics. So happy 30th anniversary to the Purple Tape. My favorite song again is probably Ice Cream from this, or Verbal Intercourse featuring Nas. Guys, tell me what you think in the comments section down below. What's your favorite track from this album, this legendary album? And do you think it's the best Wu-Tang Clan solo project? Let me know all that in the comments section down below. Don't forget to click like button, subscribe, or Young Brother Go on YouTube. I'm going to see you all.